Okay, I'm going to do this now. I don't know if I'm going to be the first person in history to do this or not, but god damn it, I'm going to do it. And I'm only going to do this once, so if I fuck up anywhere, you're just going to have to deal with it. Because I'm sure as hell not going back to do it again. Okay, everyone get ready.
99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. If one of those bottles should happen to fall, 98 bottles of beer on the wall, 98 bottles of beer on the wall, 98 bottles of beer. If one of those bottles should happen to fall, there'd be 97 bottles of beer on the wall, 97 bottles of beer on the wall, 97 bottles of beer. If one of those bottles should happen to fall, 97 bottles of beer.
Here it is, Cold Cans Nation, the most anticipated penultimate episode since Season 8 of Game of Thrones. Will the boys burn down the Emerald City, or will cooler heads prevail? Expectations have never been higher as we wait with bated breath to see who ends up on the top of the list. Strap a cold one into your favorite koozie, and don't forget to breathe. These last two episodes are sure to be a wild ride.
Ooh. Wow. Lethal.
Courtesy ZP.
Courtesy of Zach. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. It's been a big layoff.
It has been a while
Big
since
layoff.
we've done it.
I don't know. We've been traveling the world.
No, I'm not doing that.
Did I, at the cadence of my brother on that intro,
Yeah.
did I get a little John Travolta at the Academy Awards vibe? The wickedly talented. Like at the start when he's doing the adjectives.
You think your brother's losing it mentally?
No, I don't think that. I just think the delivery was there. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked
The
it too.
stakes are very high.
They are. And we've gone through 99 beers. Well, we're on our 99th beer.
Yes.
Over 3 years, I believe, of doing this.
Wow.
Or two plus years. Between 2 and 3 years.
And oh, how we've changed from our ballooning waistlines to our blackening livers.
Yeah. Yeah, I my brain's completely mush. I was plugging headphones into input jacks.
That was fun to watch.
I can't think anymore. It's because of this podcast. It's ruined me.
Yeah,
We have
the podcast
99
we do once a month.
Yeah.
Ruined you?
Well, we did it much more than that for a couple of years.
We did.
That did ruin me. We had to take this time off to just recuperate for a while.
Hmm.
Come back to here because we have 99 beers on our wall right now. Which is actually,
Wow.
it's
Our
truly
Facebook
incredible
wall.
if you think about that. Like-
That is. We drank a lot of different beers. We were able to find that many different beers, or they were sent to us, or whatever it may have been.
Yeah,
It's a lot of beers.
it's a lot of beers on the wall. And we
do
finally-
keep a wall, by the way.
We do.
A lot of listeners doubt it.
We're like a college house where you like keep
Yeah.
all of the old beers. Why was everyone doing that?
I
Was
don't
it like
know.
look how much we drank? Because
Look how much we drank. It's
liquor,
expensive, usually, like the bottle you kept. Like you'll keep a Johnny Walker bottle or
That's
something.
right. That's right.
Look how sweet this is. Our entire cabinets are lined with empty liquor bottles.
And look how unique I am that I thought to keep the empty liquor bottles on my mantle. But we're finally getting to Miller High Life.
Yeah.
It's shocking to me that we
One slipped through the
hadn't-
cracks.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's an important one. It's the champagne of beers.
It is.
We'll be launching this around the New Year time.
Right.
When are we
don't
launching
wanna
this?
promise. I
we gonna
had
do
the
New
idea
Year's
to
Eve?
launch it on New Year's Eve, which is a Wednesday.
Okay, so
Listeners will... those will be the only fireworks on New Year's if listeners see a new Cold Cans episode come up.
Speaking of fireworks, if listeners see a new episode come up, what was your brother saying about us burning down the
I think
Emerald
it's
City?
the Game of Thrones,
Mm.
and then the Emerald City Seattle.
Yeah.
obviously,
Okay,
but,
understood.
Yeah,
That's kind of fun.
it was fun.
Yeah.
I loved that intro.
Yeah, I liked it more than I like this beer so far. What's your initial take
I don't
on,
mind
on
it.
the champagne
What's
of beers?
wrong? Yeah, the champagne of beers. That's also the New Year's theme. That would be the idea of releasing it on New Year's Eve. But if we don't, then you will know when you're listening.
Yeah,
to it.
now you know. Well, cheers to our champagne.
Cheers to the new beer.
to New Beers,
See what I
New
did?
Beers Eve. That's pretty good because the
Beers Eve.
100th will be the last new beer. Ooh, that's pretty good. We should go back and just act like we had that figured out before. This is our new beer's
I just did
Eve.
an internal spit take there. This beer
You
went
did, your
directly
eyes-
into my lungs.
Your eyes did bug out.
I aspirated that beer immediately.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
No, this is the type of beer to me that
What's wrong with this beer?
would give me gut problems and
Oh.
a hangover if I drank this all night.
Really?
That's what it tastes like.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got kind of like a rancid taste to it.
We've been talking a lot off mic about rancidity.
Yeah,
if that's a word.
I had some rancid fish for lunch today.
I got
and
to
I've had some
smell
gas.
some, yeah.
Unfortunately. But hey, we're here. We're back in the saddle. And
Yep,
it does feel
it's not
good.
that type of podcast. We don't talk about that anymore.
No, we've moved on. We've come a long way.
No
in the
toilet
decade.
talk at all.
No toilet talk. Our heads are clear because we've taken time off of drinking for this podcast, and we're ready to go. But we could not have come all this way. Before we talk about, reflecting on our own experiences
Journey?
over the
experiences.
last 99 episodes, there are many people who have got us this far. So we thought it would be a good idea to share what Cold Cans meant to them.
Sure,
What did you
and
do
this
over there
isn't-
just now?
this
What
isn't-
just now? What did you do over there?
What?
You made a little outcast. You
Oh, I
just
heard
talked
that.
about.
It's
Oh,
the mic
you're doing it with
stand.
the mic stand. Yeah, do it
I
again.
heard that too.
Do it again then.
You heard it again.
Okay, this is
See?
the part.
It does sound like it, though. I wonder if it came across the mic. But is this where we're doing the in memoriam?
This is the in memoriam piece. No, we asked a lot of people who have contributed and made this podcast what it is, for good or for bad,
Yes.
over the years, to come back on and let us know what Cold Cans meant to them, or just kind of chime in on this 99th
Riffing.
episode.
Yeah.
And the first one that riffed in was your brother, and an excellent contributor to the show over the years,
Always.
both write-ins,
Always a pleasure.
mailbag-wise, and he hosted a couple of episodes.
You did.
So Zach Patry was on he was as early as number 38, and that was a Cold Cans
Wow.
Christmas.
What's the date on that? Must have been 2017
Let
Christmas.
me pull that up quick. So number 38 was a Cold Cans Christmas, and sorry, I clicked off the page, all right? Do you remember what beer that was?
Look it up, Joey.
I would,
Look
but
it up.
But I don't remember what beers it was. 'Cause the episode was called a Cold Cans
I remember
Christmas.
the brewery was from Cleveland. I don't remember what it was called. Because you did Tipsy Toboggan, right?
I did.
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm almost there. I'm a couple
I think
clicks
it would have
away.
been 2017 because it wasn't last Christmas
Yep, it
when
was
I gave
December,
you my heart.
It was December 22nd of 2017,
Okay.
where we wished everyone a happy Honda Days or Merry Toyotathon. Over the years, have you changed? Are you still a Toyotathon household?
I'm a OG Happy Honda Days.
I'm a Hyundai holiday sales event guy.
Ooh, that's new. You're one of the
It
new
is
religions.
Yeah, so
You're
I
like
buy a new Hyundai every Christmas.
when Martin Hyundai posted his 95 Theses on a bumper sticker on his Hyundai Elantra, you immediately
We
converted.
shall undercut the competition. Most Americans will not understand the difference in these Japanese brands. So he was on 38, a Cold Cans Christmas. I
Very fun episode.
still don't know what beer you guys drank. I mean, you haven't. Holiday Ale.
Yeah, I can.
Oh,
Ooh,
sorry. I'm searching everyone.
is that a Microsoft spot?
It's a Microsoft. Jubilee Winter Ale, I believe. you
Jubilee.
drank. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so that was on
Or no.
episode 38. Was it
Jubilee.
not?
No, you and I drank that because it had the cool can. Jubilee. That's like a local beer.
Yeah. See, this is hard because most of our Great Lakes Christmas Ale.
Great Lakes.
There it is. Got
Yeah.
it. And that was his first time on the show. And then he also chimed in on number 57, Liney's Summer Shandy, which both of you don't like. So you brought some bias into that one, you bastards. And he did that one without me.
That's right. Zach and I did that remotely, I think, and that was a fun one
Yeah.
because we could kind of talk about tailgating and watching the Brewers
Yeah.
drinking summer shanties.
And I think Summer Shanties have done. I'm really sorry,
What
guys.
is?
I think they've done pretty well over the years. It's landed at number 38 on the
Yeah.
rankings. So out of 99, it's close to top third, and that's about where it should be, right?
Right. Who
So
wanted
that's
it
nice.
higher? I think we'll hear from someone in a voicemail, maybe.
I'm not sure.
Okay. I forget if he says it in the voicemail or not.
I
but-
see. Yeah, you've soured on shandies, if you will, maybe in favor of sours.
Wow.
So your palate has evolved. I have always liked shandies. I think maybe between when you first recorded that at number 57 and now, I think you've started to make your own shandies, and those I've always liked. On your roof in the summer.
Yeah, those are
been
fun.
Lovely. Yeah.
Splash a little lemonade into the beer, and sometimes I'll add some bitters and stuff. I try to go light on the lemonade a little bit. Of course, it's smoother if you add more lemonade, but it's all up to personal taste. And you can get better lemonade than the like natural lemon flavor or whatever they pump into.
Well, you wouldn't know it.
A summer shandy.
That's never what you got for us. Oh, no, maybe you did. Did you get the good stuff?
Yeah, I would get like Simply Lemonade or Newman's Own.
I take it back. My
all
apologies.
Profits to charity, Joe. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah, but that's...
I donated $100 to the Seattle Public Library today.
Hey, listeners, do you hear this Rockefeller over here?
See, I'm Mr.
Some
Charity.
of us are trying to pay rent every month, and he's over here donating $100 to the public library.
Well, don't tell Joey, but it came out of the studio funds. Cold Cans advertising.
He turned my headphones down. What were you talking about?
I was trying to clear
$100
my
that you
throat.
donated. Hey, Matt, can you play that back on the ones and twos? Matt, by the way, has been on a few episodes. No, don't get on the mic. Get off. But after play back what he played.
Yeah, we'll have Matt back. We'll have Matt back in the on mic in the post 100.
In the post 100 block. I think we've talked about the post 100 block. We're gonna keep doing this fucking show. But
yeah, and that's sort of what we asked the people to leave voicemails about too, if they had any ideas of what we should do post 100 or what they wanted revisited, re-ranked, what have you.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Zach Patri's voicemail that he left in addition to his intro, the beautiful intro. Here it is.
Episode 99. Congrats, boys.
Wow, thank you.
Gonna be completely honest. Wasn't sure you were going to make it all the way to the end. There was some big gaps in there that I wasn't holding out a lot of hope for.
Yeah,
but you never lost your top spot in my podcast list. I really had a lot of fun recording the episodes that I did with you guys. And I was just as excited when Nicholas reached out to me asking to provide some thoughts as Cold Cans comes to a close. I thought about providing some thoughts on the rankings, but didn't want to give you guys some fodder to rake me through the mud anymore about guests providing input on the rankings. So I will just say this.
Yeah.
While some of your concept episodes left me cringing, for lack of anything else to say about them, really, I always enjoyed listening to you guys. You had some really fun discussions that, frankly, I wish I could have been a part of. Always left me feeling like I wanted to have a beer with you guys. And when I ultimately got the chance to come out to the studio, sign the wall, and join in an episode in studio, I was not disappointed. Here's to the last 2 episodes, and thanks for the laughs.
Well, cheers to that.
Wow.
That was very...
That touched much
Joe.
deeper than I
it
thought
did.
it was gonna.
He was shitting on us, and then he ended nicely. And we will certainly have Zach back on in future episodes. It was great when he could come out. He did record one live. I forget which one. That was when Dennison was on, too.
Oh, God.
Whatever that episode was.
Yeah, I missed out on that. Yeah, there were a few people on that episode.
Right.
He was out here live. Whoop, what are you going to do? But
that was very nice.
Heartfelt, yeah.
And I was going to comment. Oh, yeah, we had talked about this when planning out CC 99.
Yeah.
The show had always kind of been about buddies hanging out and having a drink and the talks that evolve out of that. So it's cool that he felt that way of wanting to share a beer with us, because that's what it was sort of all about.
Yeah.
Have a casual beer, talk, low pressure.
And we heard a lot of people say that it was nice fodder to listen to as they were doing whatever the hell they're doing, grocery shopping and stuff like that. I have no idea why, but it was nice that you guys got something out of that.
Yeah, for sure.
It meant a lot to us, too. It was always fun to come in here and try whatever Miller High Life shit we were drinking at the time and act like we knew we were talking about it. But more importantly, just have a conduit to be able to hang out and talk with one another.
Yeah.
It was cool to feel like because most of the people that gave us a lot of feedback back to the show were people that we care deeply about and don't, for one reason or another, keep in as close of communication and contact with as we should. And so it was really cool to see that reciprocated.
Yeah.
Man.
So in the post 100, we will be power ranking all of our guests and listeners. So keep the support coming.
Yeah, we've been doing behind the curtain a little bit, but we'll actually make that public after we move forward. Our lawyers are telling us we have to, for legal reasons, really for liability reasons. Way back in episode 15.
Wow.
Episode 15, we had the Princess of Pineapples on herself, Brittany Bunjong, and she is now on the 92nd ranked beer. She's in the Russian radioactive tier.
That one plummeted.
It really did. And she was on Palisades Pineapple. So episode 15, did I have that right?
Plumetsades Pineapple.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Was July 14th of 2017.
Goodness.
We were very
we were nubile boys back then.
Nubile boys, not nubile men, which we are now. And Brittany left us a note. Do you want to play that?
Here we go. This was from Brittany Brunjong.
Hey, Nick.
Shit, I have that on speakerphone. Just wait. Here we go. Shit, what am I doing? No. Oh, now I'm duo calling Brittany Brunjong. Sorry if you're getting... All right, let's try this again.
Hey, Nick and Joey. This is Brittany, the Pineapple Queen herself.
She was anointed while we were away.
On your
promo
99th episode. Would love to see before and after pictures of you guys. Kidding. Wow, that's terrible.
It would look terrible.
Obviously, I think Pineapple Palisades should definitely be number one. That's just me being biased. But when you guys come to LA, I'd love to take you to Glendale to the Golden Road Brewery. The show's amazing. I'm so glad you guys stuck to this. Consistency is key. And I'm mad that I wasn't re-invited to the show because there's so many more beers that I would have loved to drink.
I'll bring a better beer next time.
I was under the pressure of trying Pineapple Palisades with all of you. So, congratulations. I'm rambling, and I know nothing about beer. Cheers to Cold Can.
Wow.
Cheers,
that
Brittany.
she shares with us.
Yes, our lack of knowledge. But that was very nice. We should go down and drink at Golden Road Brewery.
Would be happy to.
I have been previously, so this, I repeat, would not be my first time there.
It is canon now. And we'll take out of the Cold Can's coffers, which are overflowing, to pay for that trip down there.
Remember when we used to do Blue Apron reads?
Mm-hmm.
How many thousands of dollars we made on that?
I know. It was at the beginning of our retirement, which was pretty cool. And then we bailed on it because we were above all that.
We were demanding. It felt a little gross, having so much and still taking more.
It also felt gross that they were going to only offer us $250,000 for a pre-read. I mean, do you understand who we are?
Right.
So we cut them off.
We
abruptly.
might do that as a postscript, post roll, but end roll.
But yes,
end roll, B roll.
That was a lovely voicemail, Brittany.
I will say, Palisades Pineapple, we shit on relentlessly as the show went on.
We pummeled it, but her appearance was lovely, and we had a chance to go on her show.
That's right, Citrus Room,
which was very fun.
That was fun. Did we do all that all on the same day?
No, she brought us on later on.
It was separate. Okay.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was fun. She made us do a shot of Hennessy, I think, before we started. It was 10 o'clock in the morning.
Uh-huh.
That was
something
a lot
I've
of fun.
never done
thank
before.
you.
Is drink that early.
Yeah, never in my days. Was she our first guest?
No, we had the Canadians were on,
right.
whom I asked to leave a voicemail, and both of them forgot about it, so I was going to just ignore them.
Yeah, I was going to say that when you were having a heartfelt thing about all our guests and how much they mean to us.
Yeah, well, they can go to hell.
And how few of them left us voicemails.
They, like all Canadians, can fuck right off. I'm kidding. I love Canada. But another important guest through the years, and she appeared on 6 episodes.
Wow.
Was my wife, Devin Glock. She, all the way back to number 19, Spotted Cow, which we're going to hear.
Was she Devin Glock for all of those? Or were any of them before you were married?
Spotted Cow would have been post, because we talked about Spotted Cow at the wedding.
At the wedding.
So,
yeah,
right. She was
so
Devin
they were
Glock
all
for all
nice.
of them. So she was on 19 Spotted Cow, 38 of Cold Can's Christmas. 48 Melvin Killer Bees, number 59 Santo, which was sent to us by our good friends Adrian and Evan down in Texas. Number 62 Montucky Cold Snack, a beer I continue to love, but I just never really see actually.
It's in the Cloud Room now, actually.
Hell yeah,
they have that in the cooler. Yeah,
is it their cheap beer?
Right.
And then 81 Dos Equis. So she was on all of those. Some of them she was a co-host when you were out traveling. Other ones she joined us in the studio.
She was on Bud Light Orange too.
Oh, and Bud Light Orange.
Remembered that.
Yeah, I missed a couple. Look, I tried to control F to find all these, all right?
We weren't smart enough to put it all in the... I think they're all tagged that way. I tried to tag whenever we had a guest on.
Not that I can find.
Okay.
Or maybe I uploaded it and didn't know the tagging system
maybe,
the way
yeah.
you did. But anyway, she was on a shitload of them. She was always a fan favorite. And she also left a voicemail. I sent it to you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You're connected via the Bluetooth. So let's
I
see
got
if you
this
could
Bluetooth hooked up.
Pull it up or call her on Duo, one of the two.
3-second delay from when I hit the button. I'm going to hit the button. Play.
Oh, hello, Cold Cans Podcast. I just wanted to call in and say hello and say that, oh my goodness, over the last 2.5 years, you guys have drank so many beers and so many shitty beers. But I did want to say I was just looking at the top 10, and I totally agree with all of the top 10. You guys did a great job of ranking all of those, with the exception of I think Spotted Cow should be kind of a little bit higher. Overall, I think this is crazy that it's been 2.5 years of you two shooting the shit and drinking beer together. And I'm really proud of you guys. So good luck with the next 100 if it exists. If not, cheers. Bye.
Wow. Very kind. First
Thank
time
you.
I've ever heard her say she's proud. Oh, it's lovely. The top 10 she referenced, which is our current top 10.
Tip to taint or taint to tip, Joe?
Taint to tip, from 10 to 1, is Sierra Nevada Hazy Little Thing IPA, Prima Pills, Rodenbach Grand Cru, Cold Cans Kolsch, Spotted Cow, Lagunitas Nighttime Ale, Pyramid Snowcap Winter Ale, Pseudo Sue, Delirium Tremens, and our number 1, Deschutes. So,
did you ask her to comment on how much she likes the rankings just so you could read them off?
No, I came up with that as she was listening to the voicemail here for the second time. And yeah, she obviously thought Spotted Cow should be a little bit higher.
What is Spotted Cow at?
6.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that stuck up there for a while. I mean, again, that was episode 19. First time she appeared on the show. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lovely little voicemail.
Yes, definitely.
People have been so kind. I thought there were going to be more bits and gags.
I think we have more maliciousness as the show goes
coming on. Okay.
Yeah.
That was, it was lovely. Your brother's voicemail was lovely.
It was nice.
Brittany's was, we feel very, we feel well loved, which is nice.
I am overwhelmed with love.
Yeah, it's great. But let's move this bullet train along. If we want to get into bits and gags and spills.
So is this just going to be a recap show? That's all we're going to do?
Yeah, it's like Seinfeld's finale.
Okay.
Well,
how's the beer? Yeah.
As we move along, our guests that help us get here, how is the 16-ounce Miller High Life going?
I like it.
It is getting better. It's one of those beers for sure.
Brittany just texted me asking if I butt dialed her on Duo, and I certainly did. You can tune in. I should say that. Tune in to Cold Cans to find out. Yeah, I like this. Yeah. It's a beer I drink when I go home.
It's a beer I drink as well. I don't, again, it's
to Wisconsin, not nightly when I go home.
Yeah, sure. And so what beer do you drink nightly when you go home?
Cold Cans Kolsch.
Yeah, of course.
I've been brewing it every day.
Oh, you bastard. You should share it.
No.
You said you didn't want to drink any of it before the
when I was
episode
looking at it.
Because you were staring at it, and now it's going down well, and I agree with that. And I want to get to, we have 2 Parable or Terribles because it's our 99th episode.
That's right.
We each brought one in.
Should
so
we
I want
do
to get to one. I want to put a pin in things. I have some fish here.
Oh, no. There's no way I'm eating that.
This is a smoked fish. It's really, really good.
You said you were eating rotten fish before this, and then you bring out fish from your back pocket in a Ziploc bag and expect me to bite it.
It's really good. It's smoked fish.
I'm not touching that out of your hand, you sick.
I just got it an hour and a half ago.
Oh, it's rotten.
It's not rotten fish.
It's rotten through and through.
It smells a little rancid, but no, I just got it. I just unpacked it from the...
so is this the halibut?
Yeah, it's smoked halibut. It's really fucking good. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, smoked fish with beer is delicious.
Yeah. I thought it was a natural Parable. That's why I bought it, actually.
Where'd you buy it?
Shout out to our newest sponsor, Seattle Fish Guys, where freshness is our catch of the day. No, they're not our sponsor, but I bought it from Seattle Fish Guys.
Nice.
On 23rd Avenue, if you're in Seattle listening. I recommend it, but I didn't have a great experience there today, to be honest.
No?
Buying this was a big pain in the ass, and the sushi I had wasn't great.
Oh.
But the smoked fish was. I tried it before I came here to make sure it was actually good, and I was really impressed, so I ripped off a little slunk and then brought it in.
Well, thank you for thinking of me.
Yeah, and it goes. I think it's very pairable with Miller High Life. For me, it's very pairable.
Very pairable.
All right. Are you? I'm going to queue up our next segment, which is.
Can we take, for the first time in Cold Can's history, a mid-show bathroom break?
A bio break? We've done this before. I had to fill time once. Should I try to fill time again?
I feel like I had
to
fill
improv
time.
Rap?
You're right. We have done that. Yeah, do fill some time.
I will do improv rap for the entire duration of the time that Nick is doing a bio break.
Or this could be our in memoriam for Don Imus.
Oh, no. Come on. All right, Nick has left the building, and I'm going to attempt improv rap without him. 2, 3. My name's Joey Glock, and I'm here to say I'm going to rap this beat in the very fine way. I'm used to doing this podcast with my friend. I secretly hope that it never ends. 100 episodes is a long way to go, but more and more, I want even Mo. Nick is gone. It makes me feel alone. My soul is dry, and for that I must atone. I like Miller High Life a lot. I think it will be in our probably deplorables range. That's where most of these beers go. But lo and behold, I can't do it anymore. I had like 20 seconds. It wasn't even good. Improv rap is not something I was ever suited to do, but it was a dream that you all allowed me to have for 99 episodes, and I'm happy you afforded me it. I'm going to take another bite of this rancid fish, and I'm going to drink. And I'll tell you, like, candidly, just between, you, the listener, and I, what I think. There's a good smoked skin on here, which maybe I'll take a picture of this. Oh, boy. Maybe this is rotten. All right, I'm taking another bite. All right, salty. I love a good smoked fish. No other meat smokes. I mean, it was just good American barbecue, but, man, I look forward to a good smoked fish. And it pairs so well with Miller High Life. Ah, that's good. I think I hear Nick, so I'm going to act like I'm continuing to rap. So he doesn't listen to these, so he won't know that I did or didn't fill this time accordingly. And that's all I have to say.
Honey, I'm home.
Wow.
Audience.
I improv rapped that entire time.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to go back and listen to it now.
You don't listen to the episodes.
I do.
Well, I did my best, all right? Forget the rest.
Thank you. Hey, what I won't forget is the rest room where I just came from.
Yeah? How was it?
It did get me thinking about the Optimism Brewery, the best bathrooms in Seattle. Mm-hmm. Remember that episode?
And their founders were on, I don't know where they were. Let's see.
But yeah, they brought on 3 crowlers for us to try. All very high, well, 2 of them are high ABV.
And they were on our 42nd episode on January 19th, 2018, where we drank Optimism Breweries before the dawn. And they've wound up at number 15 so far in the rankings. So,
nice. Yeah, that was a fun episode.
We still go there. We were there last night.
We were there.
We go there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a go-to.
Who we got next on the rankings?
All right, so...
Or the voicemails.
I was thinking a lot about...
Which we've ranked off show.
I was thinking a lot about our industry connections that we've made on the show. And one of which was a lawyer that came in a while back. His name is Spencer. And he was on episode number 24, Old Rasputin's Russian Imperial Stout.
Mm.
And he was connected with a audio track that we may or may not have ever used, because if we remove this later from all of the previous episodes, I don't want to reference it.
Right.
But he was connected with somebody there, and those connections actually, he told me very recently, I wanted to surprise you with this, led us to a connection to a major label who ended up being a big fan and left me this voicemail, which I'm going to play now.
Cold Cans, my goodness, what a show. Hey, this is James from the Label Company. I love your
from
show.
The Label Company.
Huge.
That's my favorite.
Every episode.
Put on my favorite music.
Probably twice, at least. I mean, the last episode was hilarious. That part where, okay, I haven't listened to the last episode yet.
Okay.
Queued up. I can't wait.
It's got it queued up.
The anticipation is the best part.
The way the show progressed. I mean, you had me the whole way. Oh, man. Love Cold Cans.
It's getting exciting.
Even the suits in the boardroom love it.
Suits in the boardroom love it.
I get it. I mean, I'm an artist, but even the suits are loving it. I'm one of you guys. So.
That's cool.
I have to say, my favorite episode Okay, all right. I backed myself into a bit of a corner. I haven't listened recently.
Okay, but he has been a fan.
To an episode yet.
He's a fellow artist.
Sufjan's
what
lawyer called me and just said I should. You guys were a huge hit. Again, this is James, senior executive junior salesman from the label company.
What was that, James?
Call me back.
All right, so I have to call him back, but he left me
back.
that nice voicemail, and I'm very excited because as we reached our first chapter, really, in Cold Cans and hit 100, it seems like we're about to be signed to the label company, like a major label. That common thing, the podcast labels.
The labels.
That exist
The label
out there.
company.
So that was nice, and it was... Go ahead.
Know what? Sufjan Stevens, more like Sue and us Stevens.
By the time anybody hears this, we've removed his track from every other episode. So I don't know what you're talking about or why he'd be suing.
Yeah, my eyes rolled back when that happened, and a lawyer said it was an act of God that made me say that. Inadmissible.
Yeah, in the court of law. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm going to open another one, too. These are tall boys.
They're tall boys. We didn't want to drink
We're just having so much fun.
We are.
And when we have these emotional... foamed up on Joe. Once we have these emotional reactions, we got to numb them down.
So yeah, and that one was from this guy, James, at the label company, as we said.
Thanks,
but
James.
I also want to give a shout-out to Spencer, who called him and informed him of our show, who did appear on Old Rasputin.
Who's Spencer?
He was Suvignas' lawyer. He came on the show, episode 24, Old Rasputin Russian Imperial Stout. Something I still see on the shelf, and in a cold, dreary day, yeah, I'd reach for that.
Yeah. Seen it on tap somewhere, too, I feel like. I was actually with another one of I have a friend named Spencer as well, and he and I were at a
shared mutual friend, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess you might know him, too. But you were not at this particular place. And he got Old Rasputin on tap.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
So two Spencers, and both like Old Rasputin.
Yeah, and it's a coincidence that, your friend and the Spencer, the lawyer, came on. And it ended up as our number 19 here. Again, we're only in episode 99, but it's our number 19, so it's in top 20.
Huh.
I think that's fair for the amount we probably both drink it.
Right, and it is such a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
It's a winter warmer type beer, Imperial Stout.
But
yeah, very solid. Fun history.
Rock
you remember
solid.
the picture?
Yeah, we did
the...
That was fun. I think that's in our history page. If you go to coldcanspodcast.com/history and check that out, we love the foot traffic.
And it's on the Instagram, which I don't remember the handle. It's probably Cold Cans Pod. I think that is the... Yeah, it is. It is. Cold Cans Pod. All one word, all lowercase. I don't know if cases matter on Instagram or not.
I would doubt it. That'd be weird.
They probably don't.
Otherwise, you'd... Like everybody, I'd be Donald Trump with like a lowercase d
camel
or something.
Case.
Yeah, camel case. Okay, I'm gonna switch the Bluetooth back to you.
Okay, give me the Bluetooth.
This is an edit point.
Give me the Bluetooth. The Bluetooth.
Unpair.
Give me the Bluetooth.
You're able to pair now.
Pair me up, Joey. Pair me up. Pair me up, Joey. Pair me up.
Did you get it?
I'm paired.
All right.
I'm paired tighter than a schnickel-schnack.
Oh, we would be remiss to leave out another contributor to the show. Our boots on the ground, Casey.
Good luck editing around that one. Yeah,
no,
boots
that was
on the
tighter
ground.
Than a schnickel-schnack. Isn't that Casey's thing?
It is. It is.
So that's where I was going. And also our good friend Jesse Ventura, who's been on the show many times and has shined off. He's gone again.
Mm-hmm.
But Casey, you contributed, then you kind of flamed out, and we didn't hear from you for a while. You said you were going to leave us a voicemail for these segments, then you never did that as well. But, hey, for the time you did spend, time well served. Cheers to you. The Blatz Fest that sort of half happened. We appreciate it.
We take his word for it.
Yeah, we
got to have Casey on Post 100, too.
Yeah, we do.
Get his thoughts on some beers.
He did Line and Kugel's original.
That's right. He and I did an episode together
and on the road buddies.
In my parents' basement. We recorded that over a Christmas break.
Lovely.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And Liney's something I don't reach for much.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see where that sucker...
Well, and I don't think it's widely available out here. Summer Shandy is, but Liney's O is not as much.
That is near the top of our wild card tier at number 29, so it's a top 30 beer.
Yeah, I would say that's reaching its full potential there.
Yeah, it's a rock solid beer, but it's kind of in no man's land. It's in the Applebee's land of. It's not like really cheap, quick, low-cal garbage beer like Miller Lite or Bud Light or whatever.
Yeah, but not as cheap. I think it might be.
Is it really? Okay. But in my mind, it's not there, and it's also not, a premium beer. So, like, why would I ever go to Applebee's? Why would I ever grab the Linezo? That's kind of the
there are some times when you're drinking with family. When you're there, your family. I know that's not Applebee's, but
it's the same thing. We have another contributor that didn't directly host one of our episodes, but he was a frequenter to the mailbag. He left a voicemail.
Let's see if I can dual call him quick.
His first time, long time, and let's hear what he had to say.
Hey guys, first time, long time. I just wanted to
establish that.
Take a minute to acknowledge that you guys are hitting the end of this. And I think what we need to do is everyone just needs to take a step back and remember the Brett Carve episodes. Like really just stop.
Oh, boy.
And then remember the Brett Carve
R.I.P.
Because that was clearly when Cold Cans was hitting its stride.
All right.
Looking at the rankings, I still think that Spotted Cow is too high.
Wow.
It's not even New Glarus' best beer.
Wow.
Moon Man, by the way. But
Two Women is New Glarus' best beer.
I think the rankings
I agree with that.
in Spotted Cow being number 6 reflect just how random and ever-changing the ranking system was. What happened to sessionability? What happened to price considerations? Where did it all go?
Yeah.
I think you guys need to just start justifying this stuff, okay? All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Thanks. Well, thanks, J.O. That was our friend Justin.
That was our friend Justin at JO Knows 8. We didn't need to be knocked down a peg. I was feeling so loved. But at the same time, a power listener to the show. I mean, somebody who loves Brett Carve. As I was unable to ever meet Brett Carve, but I did listen to the episode, and I thought he was really funny. I think if you're...
He threatened to murder me, Joe.
He did. He threatened to make you into meat. And I believe he had killed someone, like his... I
am unable to talk about it given the court proceedings.
He killed his significant other or something along those lines. And then we, the week after that, had Brady Ovac on the show, I do believe.
Brody, I think his name was Brody Ovac.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Brody Ovac.
I wasn't there till the very end.
The very end, when Brody was meditating.
I saw Brody.
You didn't get much of him.
Just saw a guy with his eyes rolled back and
he was
sitting there. He was levitating, which was cool, but
that was interesting. Probably one of the more interesting. That and like Woody Harrelson being around the studio all the time. A couple of the most interesting pieces of the show.
1A, 1B on.
And hearing about how the government truly functions from Jesse Ventura. But apart from all that, Brody Ovac, he was super into the concept of Zen. That's what I remember the most.
That was how Zen 10 came to be, I believe.
And then he created that's why the olive loaf was from Brett Carve, in our rankings tier. But Brody created a grifting system where he was strong-arming people to charge his scooters for him. So he wasn't a great guy either. I'm glad we got rid of those guys.
He did live in a penthouse, though. The 80th floor of a penthouse in Tokyo.
And that's where I met him, was on a first-class flight.
That's right. Together. You were in the Delta pods, side by side, taking a shower and stuff.
Uh-huh. And that, we've already buried that hatchet. The Delta Sky Lounge incident.
Buried it in Brett Carve's skull.
We've moved on from those incidents. We didn't bury anything in anybody's skulls.
Okay.
I don't talk about it as much as I don't talk about the Bud Light Lime episode, which came in at...
I am shocked no one talked about that in their voicemail that they left.
We've been told the character work made people grimace, and then another person told us the character work in a sarcastic tone was the best part of the show. So people certainly brought it up. Yeah, I don't understand exactly what they're saying other than the characters we brought into the studio at times. Bud Light Lime ended up as the number 68th ranked episode. So if you're looking for the episode that you can't listen to any longer,
that you're supposed to delete off your phone,
that you delete off the feed, that would be number 68 in our rankings. And number 51 was released on March 30th, 2018.
Released.
and was released with an internal note temporarily storing these recordings here. Do not release these recordings. Replace with another episode.
That's funny.
Bud Light Lime was Brian's favorite beer.
Speaking
the "Where's the Boy" scandal.
That's all in there as the placeholder?
It's the eternal notes and the placeholder that we haven't figured out. We don't have the computer skills to be able to remove. So we've been dealing with that for a while. But I love Bud Light Lime, by the way. I go back to it all the time. It's great
in the summer. Yeah, why not?
I got dragged by some verified checkmark on Twitter when I said Bud Light Lime was good as hell.
You got dragged, huh?
Yeah, he dragged his followers with me, too.
Wow. Well, speaking of removing things from the feed, we're going to put something in your feed hole for our second parable or terrible of the day. As you know, I was traveling the world and was in Thailand.
The traveling elite. Kumkup Krab.
Traveling elites. Sawadee Krab. That's hello.
Sucks ass.
So they have Mentos there, which are like sweet, like chocolatey Mentos.
You brought home some Mentos.
I brought home some Mentos, which a million years ago you had as the bit that someone thought that is a memento from their trip. They just buy Mentos.
We were going to film bits a long time ago.
Yeah.
And that one was a guy who thought that when people said that they should bring home mementos from their trip, he just bought Mentos from all over the world. And then you actually did that. You became.
I brought home some Mentos because they had these novelty flavors. You know, I love novelty.
I know that.
Take a caramel-filled chocolate chew.
Why you love me
from Mentos.
All right, I'm gonna take this caramel-filled chocolate chew.
Kermit the filled here.
A new latecomer gets to the show. Kermit the Filled.
We're going to owe Jim Henson so much goddamn money.
All right, I'm eating this.
I know it's not going to go well with the cold beer.
Okay.
On its own, what do you think?
Couple things. It's not a Mentos.
Of course not.
It's not the consistency. It's just a chew.
It's the same branding, though. It's the same company.
Chew into the mic. And it has like a licoricey taste to it, of course. Everything over there in Southeast Asia does, candy-wise, in my opinion.
A little anisey.
I like the candy chew itself, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drink some beer with it.
I know the problem with this beer, because a cold beer will just stiffen it up immediately.
Yeah, it didn't work. It would go good with an older Sputin. A winter warmer would go good with that.
Sure.
Or a stout.
Cask style, too.
Yep.
Something that's served room temperature.
Because that little bit of licorice would be complemented with bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
But this does not. This is a terrible. What'd you think? Did you have it?
Yeah, I got it in.
Oh, you got it in.
I was one person in this room trying to be courteous and not chew it into the mic.
All right.
That's why this is one of our longest running bit, but also one of the worst.
Is the chewing into the mic thing?
Well, it's the parable or terrible in general.
Yeah, there's a shocking amount of podcasts where people just chew into the mic.
It is crazy.
We're certainly not original in any aspect, but certainly not in that regard.
What was
either.
parable or terrible originally called? Edible or sheddable?
Edible or sheddable, yeah. You came up with parable or terrible on mic. Much like we came up with New Beer's Eve today. We really are. Tell it to ourselves.
I came up with the beer tiers on mic too, I think.
I believe you did. I put you on the spot and you got there, yeah. Well, all of them, I believe.
Oh, was it?
Something like that. Or maybe we just kind of riffed into existence.
The other ones might have been existing, yeah.
Yeah. I want to get to our last shout out. Somebody who left another voicemail for us, and he was a late comer to Cold Cans Nation.
Mm-hmm.
A late comer. If only.
Come on. I guess we are 1.5 high lifes deep. I was going to say, by the way, the second one, I think that it's just a little rancid.
It's rancid?
It tastes worse than the first one, I swear to God.
because you had that rancid fish
That
earlier.
might be. That's caught my gills.
I ate the rest of it. Oh, no, I didn't. There's some scraps in here if you want.
Oh. God, I can't believe you kept eating. Did you eat that while I was gone?
Yeah, I did.
God damn it, Joe.
All right, number 96, Delirium Tremens, but not 96 in the rankings. Let us tell you that. Our number 2 beer in the rankings. So late to the game, but high up in the end results. We were joined by a very special guest, Zach Jabal, who hosts the Vine Pair podcast, and was kind enough to abandon his child for an evening and join us on the show. I've kind of been queuing you up to start to play this.
You have this one.
No, I don't.
Did you send this to me as well?
Oh, I do have this one.
See, I knew it.
But it was on your phone. That's what confused me.
Well, no, it was on the
you,
SD
but you fucked
card.
it up.
He recorded
You fucked it up. All right, everybody,
Is
shut
this
up.
it?
This is it. This is
might have
Zach
to
Ball's
turn it up.
message to us. Oh, I got it up, baby.
Hello, Cold Cans Nation.
Oh, the
Nick and
dulcet
Joey are not
tones.
picking up my calls. I think their lawyers have instructed them to not engage with me anymore. But
That is true.
I have some thoughts I have to share about whatever the fuck this podcast is. First of all, I want to set the record straight on a couple things from my episode. Probably the best episode. I think that's in the rankings of Cold Cans episodes. I'm pretty sure
we
I'm
should
number
do
one.
that.
What?
Rank our
first
episodes.
issue
Rank our
with
episodes?
the
Okay.
podcast that I did.
Rank the guests, yeah.
Despite lots of talk to the contrary from Nick, there was not nearly enough shit talking of my co-host Adam Teeter. He
I
made
bungled
big
that.
claims about having lots of prepared material, and we got like one lousy sound clip about pizza. But you know, a lack of follow-through is nothing new from these guys. I will say, I do think that I'm glad that after the episode, Joey was apparently swayed enough by the deliciousness of delirium tremens to go seek it out in France. Good for him.
Yeah, you were
Also,
thirsty
I just wanna say,
for
I think,
delirium.
It was so good.
In general, they made a big mistake. Just coming home to roost in this recording here, they were way too deferential to me. I mean, I understand, you know, impressive resume, commanding personal presence. Not that any of you would know that, but you know, too deferential. And lastly, I will take note that Nick never actually answered the question about his relationship status. So, you know,
Wow.
save that for later. As to my issues with this general project, I mean, first of all, equal parts credit and shame to these guys for taking on such a patently ridiculous undertaking in the first place. There's zero format, zero structure, other than they picked apparently 100 beers, seemingly at random. I guess they let me pick one, so that was probably the smartest thing they did. But generally speaking, no direction. Also, the fact that when I stupidly went to look at the rankings list,
Hell yeah,
in
ColdCansPodcast.com/rankings.
preparation for this call, they still have one of the world's worst beers, Foster's, at number 23.
Oh, yeah.
Which really, in my mind, invalidates everything that they've done.
Okay.
Well, so does everything else that they've done.
Getting
But
hot
whatever.
here, Zach. Back on.
I will also say, I don't know if they will go this far, but I want to give a shout out to Beer Advocate because
Oh,
man,
right.
they
Now
have
I'm
a
really-
lot of free content.
I'm starting to get a little pissed
And
off.
it's not like
I'm
they
miffed.
claim they're driving a lot of traffic towards.
Getting hot under the
Advocate, 'cause
collar.
I've seen the listenership numbers, and there's like 8 of you out there.
Whoa,
God damn it, he's right.
the nation is strong, but he's right.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap
8
this
strong
up here with
people.
one last thought. I think that there is a certain nobility to, let's say, doomed enterprises, and few enterprises that I've been involved with have been more doomed than this one. But you know, they went down with the ship and a lot of beer. Congratulations, guys.
Wow. I
Yes,
mean,
his opus.
to
Was,
an
it was great.
to an extent, fuck you, but to another extent, the biggest offense I took was the Beer Advocate praise in that whole thing.
Of course.
I mean, he's patently
I mean, he
wrong
started
about
off early, just putting his finger deep into all of our insecurities around this show.
that. Like,
Yeah, I
as if
want
they're
it to
a
be
festering
gross because
wound.
it is gross.
Right.
Our
They're
lack of
insecurities.
preparation, the
We
lack
prepare-
of format,
We have a format. We do
the
Parable
lack
or
of
Terrible.
formats. We only have
Oh.
one mat.
It's true. Have we had another Matt on the show?
No.
How many
God
Zachs
willing,
do
no.
we need? But we can't get one
That's
more
true.
fucking Matt. Yeah. Well, no, we have Parable or Terribles. We did segments on this fucking episode. I'm as pissed off as you were about it. We just gonna do a recap episode? That was what we agreed on before we went in.
Not really. I
What do you
wanted to talk
mean?
about my elite traveling status.
Well, go ahead. Tell us about it. You did go to.
no, we're infighting now. Don't let Zach do this to us. See
He's
what
right.
he's
You're
doing?
Right. You're right. Fuck him.
We're playing right into Jabal's little James that he's playing. It's like the
Jabal,
gee,
he's got some
is
big
James.
Jabals to come onto our show and try to instigate infighting once again from us. It's bullshit, and I won't take it. But Delirium Tremens was good. It is
It
good.
was good.
And I look for it all the time now, so I'm glad he introduced that
And
to
it
us.
was nice, and I think you sort of pushed this on his episode, which was sort of unexpected of the like reflection, like self-reflection. I don't think I expected that. I don't think he expected it, but it turned out to be a great episode.
Yeah.
Zach kind of got to talk about his passions for the alcohol industry and how they started.
I'm a pretty good host. What can I say?
Well,
what? Well,
the fan vote ratings, Nickelodeon Fan Choice Awards will decide who's the better host of Cold Cans.
And that's what our next 100
Nick
episodes will be. Yeah,
Nick at Night Choice Awards.
Oh, the dirty ones. That's what Daddy tunes into in the basement. The Nick at Night Choice Awards. I want to see if...
audio only.
Yeah, we got to see if Hogan's Heroes comes on, and then we're going to watch the Nick at Night Choice Awards. So, speaking of reflection...
Sure.
It's New Beer's Eve. We're about to turn on to another decade. And I wanted to take a moment and tell you how appreciative I am.
Wow.
Over the last decade. A decade ago, we were in college together, drinking one beer, which is about to be reviewed. But a lot of other beers like Busch Light that we've reviewed on the show.
Yeah.
And we were nothing but, as we've said before, nubile boys.
Yes.
And between then and now, we've started a business together. We've ran this wonderful world-class podcast together, moved out to a new city. We've really grown together. And I've looked back at everything that I've done, and you're such a huge part of it, including this show, and I'm really thankful for that. So I look back on that, and I'm happy about all 99 of these beers, both in a figurative and literal, not a literal sense. Some of them were pretty fucking bad. But maybe in our relationship there are hills and valleys as well, much like the rankings of this podcast. And it means a lot to me. So,
well, thanks for saying that, Joe.
Yeah.
I think, Cold Cans is a great metaphor for life in that way.
It's meaningless?
Peaks and valleys, it's meaningless, seemingly arbitrary, and I come out on the bottom end every time. No, I appreciate you saying that, and I mean, obviously the same in the reverse for me. Like, you and Devin are the reason I moved out to Seattle, really, from the start, and how everything's changed from that point on, yeah. I mean, I'm getting misty-eyed, for God's sake, thinking about this.
Me too. I don't want to cry.
I don't want to cry. I can't show vulnerability to
not on this
Cold
podcast.
Cans Nation.
No.
Zach Jabal will drag me through the proverbial and literal mud pit.
I'll tell you what.
If I don't dig up more dirt on Adam Teeter. I'll tell you what. Zach Jabal takes the dirt that I had on Adam Teeter, and he turns it into mud, and then he drags me through it.
We don't need to relitigate what Zach tried to do to us there. But I will say, in this universe, both in Cold Cans Nation and in the universe we all live in, the chaos that constitutes the beers we selected and the hand we're all dealt, I'm happy that I've tried to form some order in all that, in both of those mechanisms with you. It means a lot. I think if you don't have a partner in crime to do that with, it can be tough to face all 100 of these beers and the cold realities of the universe. So instead, I'll face a cold can with my good friend Nick, and
never
look back.
Wow. Yeah, all we did this episode was look back.
Yeah,
makes you think.
Sometimes you have to look back to look forward, my dear boy. Let's pull the bullet train home and rank this piece of shit.
That's right. I forgot about that portion of the show. It's been so long.
Yeah. Well, we have a format. All right, we're nigh on 56 minutes, so let's try to rank this.
Okay, that's well. Once the listeners see how long it is, they'll know how much we edited out.
We'll know
at that point.
Yeah, we'll also know. Yeah, that's a good point.
They're like, no, we're only on minute 30.
Yeah,
they missed some of the rants and yeah.
Some of the things we had to have a heart-to-heart about whether we should take out. Okay. What tier? We usually talk through the tiers, and then we'll 3, 2, 1 it.
It's got to be.
That's come out, by the way, the 3, 2, 1 it.
That is fun. I think it adds some intrigue to the show and some excitement that otherwise was never there.
Yeah, and Olive sounds good to me. I was looking at that or the deplorables. Just ignore what I said earlier when you were peeing. I like Olive. I have a spot for it. Let me just give me one more second.
What are you talking about?
I have a spot for it.
Okay, I'm still scrolling. I'm scrolling. Olive Loaf. So you are going to put in an Olive Loaf? Because I think it could be in deplorables. I wasn't looking at the rankings when I shouted out Olive Loaf.
I have it in Olive Loaf.
Okay. I can find a spot in there.
I'm looking at a beer in here for Olive Loaf, somebody that we haven't mentioned because he didn't leave a voicemail, but a Tecate. Do you leave
the
a
Tecate
voicemail?
Syndicate. No, he did not. Despite multiple reaching outs, despite him reaching out to me and saying, "Did you record it?" And I said, "No, you have plenty of time to leave the voicemail."
Wow.
Despite it all,
the Syndicate
has tracked me down and slit. I don't know what what do syndicates do? They price fix or some shit. I guess they.
Sure, but they could do like shady things. They could be like assassinating.
Well, that's what he
people,
did to me.
Like that. Yeah, he assassinated your trust
and character.
And you know what else he did? He assassinated his job title of Commissioner of Cold Cans. You're gone.
Oh,
You've been stripped. You're fired.
Hey, you're like the guy in the White House. There's 4 or 5.
There's only been 2 people that have ever amounted to be anything in the White House. I won't say their names. One of them isn't Obama. He's just been in a penthouse, not the White House. I have nothing more to say about this show.
Amounted to anything? Because that's actually 4 people who have been in the White House.
What's that?
And they're on Mount Rushmore now.
Oh, you're doing a bit about amounted into the mountain. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Let's rank it!
Though I will say about Brooks, former commissioner of Cold Cans, he was nice enough to come out to Portland for that event around the REI podcast. So it's good to see him there.
Yeah, shout out to Brooks. He's
some
great.
people,
but he's no longer the commissioner.
Some people did not come down to Portland for that. Okay, do you have a spot for this, Joe?
Yeah, I guess I do. 3, 2, 1, 61.
Oh, so you were
over the Syndicate. How did we do it?
The Tecate Syndicate.
The Syndicate, thank you.
Yeah.
61, so I had it below Modelo Especial and above Tecate. You have it below Tecate and above Dale's Pale Ale. It's Tecate that's got me split.
Would you say you're burpier now, or were you burpier at
Second
the beginning of the show, like 3 years ago?
Oh,
because my reflux has gotten way worse that time. Most of it's stress-induced.
I think I'm burpier now, but I do avoid wheat beers these days, which is something I wasn't doing.
No hefts anymore.
No, I'm done. I'm out. Fuck you.
Hey, I'm like the Playboy magazine with the death of their founder. No more hef.
I knew you were going with that when you went, hey. I knew
of course, all my comedy is the lowest hanging fruit that could possibly be.
Which hef's hanging fruit were awfully low before. Okay, I don't care. Yeah. Put it below Tecate. Who fucking cares? 61.
I don't care either.
Put it below Tecate. I like Tecate.
To me. Okay,
it does when we create the order. God damn it!
Wow,
that's when
we give a meaning. That's right.
So let's put our 99th beer on the wall. Shout out to everybody.
Here it goes. I'm going to put it on the wall.
Everybody on the show. Shout out to Brittany, Devin, Spencer, Zach Patry, Zach Jabal, Oric, Brooks, Casey, anybody we shouted out, anybody that we forgot, the Canadians that were on the show earlier. Thank you.
Who shall not be named individually, mind you.
I mean, hey, they have to participate a little more. Thank you very much for being part of Cold Cans Nation. For everybody else out there, for some reason, still listening, thank you as well. It does mean a lot to us.
It truly does. This has been a fun run, and we might keep it going. We might not.
We'll see how long that wall holds. Build the wall. That's our last message. No, 99 beers are on it, and many more to come.
And many more.
Two bottles of beer on the wall. 2 bottles of beer. And if one of those bottles should happen to fall, there'll be 1 bottle of beer on the wall. 1 bottle of beer on the wall, 1 bottle of beer. When that bottle happens to fall, there'll be no more bottles of beer on the wall, no more bottles of beer on the wall, no more bottles of beer. There's nothing else to fall because there's no more bottles of beer on the wall. Holy crap, I don't believe I did that.